Hello, hello. How's it going, Cecilia?
It's going really well. We're kicking off the end of the first Global Hack Week, though, and I know that seems sad, but I'm actually really excited to hear what else we have this week, or at least these next few months.
Yes, yes, yes. I'm in the same boat. Global Hack Weeks always go by so fast, but the good news is they also come right back up every single month. We don't have to be sad about it. I feel like we used to be when we only did this a few times a year, but now they just keep on coming.
Yeah, there's
Um,
always new content, too.
yes, always new content. How have you been though?
I've been super good. It's a brand new year, already going to my first event of the year this weekend. So I'm kicking off my usual MLH with some Global Hack Week, which actually would just be this closing ceremony. But I'm really excited. It's looking to be a good year for MLH.
That's amazing. I am going to my first hackathon of the year next weekend, and I'm
Ooh.
feeling very similar. I'm excited to get back into the swing of things, and I think I only went to one hackathon this past fall, so hoping
Oh,
to get to a couple more this spring.
I'm sure you will. There's always so many.
Yes, yes, yes. Well, shall we jump into our slides and introduce ourselves?
Absolutely. I think you start us off.
You are right. Hi, everyone. For those of you I haven't had the chance to meet yet, my name is Mary. I work on first party events and our league team here at Major League Hacking. So what that means is I work on a lot of the events we run in-house, so things like our Global Hack Week and the conferences we do. And then in addition to that, I get to work with a lot of our member events. So those are the student-run hackathons we get to help out with all around the world. My fun fact is I've been working on my sewing skills recently, which has been quite fun. And yesterday I did a little, this probably sounds quite boring, but I promise it was fun. I did a little reorganization of my supplies. I feel like Cecilia will understand that as
Don't
a
look behind me.
fellow maker. Yeah.
If we just ignore the mess of 3D printing.
And that is a little bit about me. What about you, Cecilia?
Well, I am a coach at Major League Hacking, but I've been a coach for I think almost 2 years now. We're coming up, if not, is it 3? Oh my gosh, I don't. I'll have to check a calendar later, but we're coming up on my coach anniversary there. But I also defended my dissertation on hackathons last semester, so I am a doctor in name. I have to get it official once I get through my revisions, but it was really awesome to present to so many folks. Swift even joined my dissertation defense, which was really cool, really humbling, being like, let me show you all the stuff I did with the work like that you've seen around and see how it actually gets trickled into research. So good times. But crafting wise, I have a 3D printer now. That was my dissertation gift to myself. I have printed so many organization things. There's these cute little milk crates that fold down and they stack. And yeah, so I get the organization bit. I've been having fun there.
I am jealous. The pegboard behind you, is that the IKEA one?
It is.
Okay, I have those same ones. I haven't 3D printed anything for it, but I saw that there are a ton of folks who make files you can print for those. Have you done any for it?
No, but I actually have one I'm prepping for my mom. So she's actually someone who sews as well. And she also has the pegboard. And she's like, I need something for my bobbins. I'm like, I got you. Ooh. So there is actually a little insert that goes in one of those flat long drawers to put all your little bobbins. But if you're a neat freak like my mom, you also need a cover to deal with all the dust that comes with it. So I found some transparent filament that I'm going to learn how to print glass.
Oh, that's so cool. Please send me a picture when you do it.
Absolutely.
I'd love to see that. That's awesome. And also huge like that. Yeah. Wild accomplishment.
Yeah, people in stream watched me stress.
But yes, everyone send congrats to Cecilia.
Thank you.
She deserves it. Alrighty, well, that aside, thank you everyone for joining us for closing ceremony today. I'd love to tell you a little bit about what we are doing here. So we're wrapping up Global Hack Week, which was hosted by Major League Hacking. And if you aren't familiar with Major League Hacking, we run the Global Hacker community. It is our mission to empower hackers, just like each and every one of you who joined us here this week. So thank you so much for being part of this community. By being here, you joined a community of over 1 million hackers who have served in our lifetime. It means so much that you would spend some time with us here at Global Hack Week. We are going to wrap up Beginners Week this week, which was, like Cecilia said, our very first Global Hack Week of the year. We always like to start it off with Beginners Week. I think it's just the perfect way to jump into new topics. Everyone is a beginner at some point, and everyone's a beginner at a task at any given time. And I think it's a good way to good mindset to have as we jump into the new year. Like, what are the things that you want to level up on? But we are going to take a little look back. Cecilia, do you want to walk us through what we did day one?
Absolutely. I'm actually very excited because I didn't get a chance to participate. I was out of town, so I'm super thrilled to talk more about how there was a Vanilla.js starter project using CK Editor, and that was with Vadim. Looks like it was a fun time. People are telling us how fun they had, learned a new thing. Love that. Then we got good with Git. Ooh, I think someone's riffing off of one of my presentations because I definitely have a variant pun of that. But super important to know about GitHub, learning version control, making sure that you have a better understanding of how to step through your code. And you aced your hackathon submission and pitch. Oh, I love to see it. So looks like you tag teamed with Jocelyn and Buli to learn about how to best tell your story and feel a little less nervous, hopefully. And remember, exposure therapy doesn't hurt. You also got started with your very first API request. Oh, I remember mine. It was a bad time. I'm sure it was a great time with. Looks like we actually have someone in our chat who attended this one. Awesome. But I love the Ratatouille reference. It's really nice. Never thought of teaching it like that. Then you started building a mini project using HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Great place to start. That was with UT, really common code. She always streams, actually, I think, every Global Hack Week, Mary? Yeah. Wow. And day 2, if you want to take us on.
Of course. So jumping on into day 2, let's see what you all did. You continued working with CK Editor. On day 2, though, you created a custom rich text editor in Angular. This was an awesome stream. I was actually online for most of this one. Really great workshops from Vadim. If any of y'all missed them, go and check them out on YouTube. He ran through a ton of content. I learned quite a bit at them, so go and check those out. In addition to that, you all started working on an iOS app with Kari. If you don't know Kari, she is our local iOS and Android expert around these parts. She has done so many different mobile app builds on stream. She customizes them to each Global Hack Week. They are a ton of fun. I'm sure we have people in chat who have gone to either this track or Kari's tracks in the past. So amazing work there. And then in addition to that, y'all got started making more API requests. So hanging out with Jocelyn, learning about APIs. Using APIs is one of those things that can level up your hack so much because you can get access to tons of new things, tons of new data points. I know they can be a little bit intimidating. So love to see folks trying that out on stream, getting the hang of it, and it will be second nature in no time, I'm sure. What all happened on day 3?
Well, it looks like you continue to work on that iOS app with Kari. I just want to echo Mary's comment. Kari is the person to talk to when it comes to mobile dev. Looks like you already actually got it on your virtual instance of it. Awesome. iTour Tutor. I really like that. That's a good name. Then you kickstarted the LLM implementation check with Jocelyn. And it looks like you learned more about the background behind all those GPTs, generative pre-trained transformers. Always good to go back to the basics, although our basics were very different when we were in school. Yeah, these days, everybody seems to know what GPTs are. And then day 4, if you will.
Of course. So on day 4, y'all used Auth0 to learn how to authenticate a React app. This is another awesome workshop from the team over at Auth0. So great one to check out afterwards if you would like. Make your hacks more secure. Learn how to implement authentication. Highly, highly recommend checking that out. In addition to that, Jocelyn did an awesome stream on basically all things GitHub. We do a lot of educational content around GitHub. What I particularly liked about this one that Jocelyn did was it went like all the way to the basics, and she just covered such a wide variety of content on here, more than we are, able to do in the 1-hour workshop version of this. So great one to check out as well. And then y'all learned a little bit about front-end development using JavaScript with Alberto. Alberto does a ton of JavaScript work. He is a great resource for anyone building with JavaScript or wanting to get into that. So huge shout out to him for running some more JavaScript streams for us. In addition to that, y'all got started with auth and role-based access control. This is another workshop from the Auth0 team. Super educational one. Great one to check out as well if you were not able to join it live. What all happened on day 5?
Well, looks like you built your own blockchains with Abdullah. Ooh, I'm actually very curious about this. Not super clear on what's going on. I guess I'll have to check out his stream on YouTube, but looks like a great time. I do know we sometimes have blockchain partners, so wouldn't hurt to check out his stream. Then we got introduced to backend development in JS, so we're stepping up a little bit in that difficulty. Love that. Again, continuing with Alberto, he's giving you the basics. Again, this is his bread and butter, really. And then you wrote your first lines of code in Python, and that was also with Abdullah. Oh, we love it. A classic rock, paper, scissors game. That's a great way to practice, honestly, is doing things that you know. What can you turn what you know into a program, whether it's a stoplight or a game that you like to play, and you can change the difficulty as you like. So great way to practice. Day 6.
Alrighty, day 6, our last day of Global Hack Week. Can you believe it? We wrapped up the HTML, CSS, JavaScript track that UT did with us. You all built a bunch of mini projects over there. Fantastic work for everyone who completed that entire track. It was longer than a lot of the tracks we do here. And of course, a huge shout out to UT there. Y'all hung out with Abdullah on the stream and created some math animations in MATLAB. Really great transferable skill. I know tons of schools required learning some MATLAB, so another great one to pick up at Global Hack Week. And Alberto also did some MATLAB. Great work over there. Double MATLAB things. Oh, you missed that. The good news is you can check them all out afterwards if you would like to. And then in addition to all the streams that you all spent time with us on, you built a ton of projects this week. I actually did the scoring this morning. We had 250 DevPost projects submitted at this Global Hack Week, which is a lot. That is a lot higher than what we normally have. So shout out to everyone who spent the time building a project. I just have a couple here that I wanted to highlight. Tons of folks got started using CK Editor. A ton of you went and introduced yourself to the community and made some new friends this week. The Hello World in a New Language Challenge. I love running this one at Beginners Week. It's such a fun one and a cool way to kind of push yourself to check out a new language that maybe you hadn't yet. Y'all did a bunch of keyboard shortcuts. Great life hack to implement at the start of the new year and make your 2025 that much easier. You built random number generators. This is another one of those classic computer science problems. Great one to do if you are just playing around with a new tool, a new language. Try building a random number generator. You're going to learn some things about the language, how it handles numbers. So shout out to all the hackers who built projects there. And then I want to do a special shout out to the hacker who made this Global Hack Week banner that I thought was very, very cool. Yeah, I love pixel art, and so could not help but make sure we highlighted this as well. What do we have coming up next, Cecilia?
Well, I'm really excited. In February, we have another Global Hack Week. Oh my gosh, such a surprise. But this time, we're hosting it on AI and machine learning. So come learn, come figure out more, come give us ideas maybe for projects that you want to see. Definitely use the MLH Discord to tell us what you want to see. And so that'll be February 7th to the 13th. Hey, if rock, paper, scissors was so fun, maybe you want to use AI with it. Have someone play with you. That's an idea. And in March, we'll be exploring cloud. So if you're not familiar about deploying things, hosting things, this is your one-stop shop. And that will be March 7th to the 13th. I can't believe we're already in 2025. Seeing that number is jarring. Mm-hmm. And April is for APIs. I really love that you did this alliteration. It makes me happy every time I see it. But if you still found yourself a little confused or wondering what you can do with your newfound skills from Beginner Week, come back in April. I mean, come back every month, but come back in April especially, so that way you can get a feel for what else you can do with it. And that will be April 11th to the 17th as well. And if you want to find out more, if you find that you're, not super reliable in your schedule, go ahead and sign up for our future Global Hack Weeks. You'll get all the notifications, all the information you'll need. That way you can get started super quick. Now that you've had your first beginner's week under your belt, you know exactly what you got to do.
Yes. And I see we had 2 questions that I'd love to take really quickly here.
Go for it.
Someone asked, what can one expect from AI, ML, GHW? And then another person asked, will GHW AI ML be for beginners? So for what to expect, AI ML week will be similar in many, many ways to this week. So at all Global Hack Weeks, we do a ton of intro stuff. There is just going to be a slight theming around AI and ML. So it's absolutely beginner friendly. A good example of this I always like to give is like Kari might come back and do her iOS track again, but at this one, like she'll be using some AI tools while building it. She might, use some AI in the actual functionality of the project, things like that. So you're not going to like just be building AI projects. Think about it more as like you're going to be building general hacks using AI a little bit more than you might at something like Beginner's Week. Hopefully that answers the question. And then yes, absolutely beginner friendly. All of our Global Hack Weeks are beginner friendly, which might sound counterintuitive since I know this was beginner themed, but every single Global Hack Week beginners are welcome at. We have beginners at every Global Hack Week. I think it's one of the things I love the most about this event. So please do not be discouraged just because AI and ML can be an intimidating topic. There is going to be tons for anyone to do. Anything I missed there, Cecilia?
No, but fun fact, I'm actually always terrified when AI machine learning comes up because I'm like, oh my gosh, what can I do? Oh no, my knowledge is out of date. And then I'm like, let me go see what other people have done. I'm like, oh wait, no, that's so easy, like beginner friendly. So even as a coach, I'm still terrified. Even as someone who has literally done computer vision research, still terrifying. But we do try to make sure that it is like as approachable as possible. Coaches are really open to when you ask questions. Like I personally, whenever I stream, love having questions because I may not know what I'm doing on screen, but I sure know how to answer questions or help you find an answer. So definitely lots of resources to take advantage of.
Yes, 100%. Like it can be intimidating, I know, to ask questions sometimes or like let folks know you're a beginner, but like the thing I love about this community is that everyone here welcomes that. So please don't hesitate to ask questions, not only when you're on stream, but like if you're in Discord, things like that, like tell people, hey, I'm new to this. I'm learning XYZ. People are going to be so happy to help you out because, they might have been there very recently. And then that's going to be you down the road when folks are asking for help. So make sure you do all of that. I do want to call out a couple of exciting things we have coming up. We have a ton of hackathons coming up this spring, like Cecilia and I were talking about at the beginning. We're each going to hackathons in the next several weeks. If you want to go to an in-person event near you, check out mlh.io/events. I know we have a ton of Global Hack Week hackers in India in particular. We have Hack This Fall coming up later this semester, which I'm quite excited for. Go check out the whole event listing now. And I know folks always have questions about swag, so I'm going to cover this real quick. You got an email this morning that lets you know whether or not you've earned swag yet. A little secret for the real ones that are here is that I don't close any of the swag challenges until tomorrow. So you still have all day today to do the things if you have not done them yet. The things you have to do are make sure you're registered and checked into the event. You have to let us know where to send your swag. So filling out that address form that Cecilia just popped into the chat. And then completing the 3 featured challenges from our partners. So that was Auth0, GitHub, and CK Editor. Tomorrow, I will send out another email with a shipping FAQ. So check your inbox if you're not sure if you earned swag. I imagine probably the folks who are here watching Closing Ceremony Live probably already have. But if you're having any trouble with it, feel free to just reply to that email, open a ticket in Discord, ask in the chat here. We are here for you. And bonus swag is for all the folks who checked into 5 or more live events. So if you did that, we're going to send you an extra character sticker in your envelope. Whew, lots of stuff today. We have a ton of people to thank. Do you want to start with these first few coaches we have?
Absolutely. We love our coaches, Alberto, Shirelle, Jocelyn. Jocelyn is actually one of our newer coaches. So give her a warm welcome in future Global Hack Weeks, or if you see her at an event in the coming weekends. Then we have UT, Quinn, and Kari. Always love to see them. They always bring such great energy. And then we also have Abdullah, Emily, and Vinayak. Thank you all for wonderful topic ideas, coming up with revolutionary new projects all the time. And of course, Ryan and Steven, also, kind of biased. I do know them, so I'm biased to say they're my favorites. No, I love all the coaches. They're all wonderful people. Everyone has such special interests and topics that they're experienced in. Then we have Aziman and Kevin. Okay, wait, no. Had I known they'd come first, I would have said they were my favorite. No, like I said, love all the coaches, love the energy that they bring. They have so much knowledge and wealth to share. Thank you so much for handling these streams and hanging out with our folks this past week. We have Rosendo and Siddharth. Mary, if you want to tell more about what they did.
I would love to. So if you don't know Rosendo and Siddharth, they both do so much behind the scenes work at Global Hack Week. And I always like to make sure they are getting the thank yous they deserve. Rosendo works with all of our partners to make sure that we can bring Global Hack Weeks to the community entirely free. So he works with all of those partners, makes sure that they are successful at the events, gets them ready to host awesome workshops. Huge thank you to Ro. I know we have lots of Rosendo fans, the Rosendo Hive, as I believe they are called. So shout out to them. And then Siddharth, I know many of you know because he hops on streams a little bit more often, and he is also always in Discord support. So if you opened a ticket this week, it's very likely you talked to Siddharth. Siddharth does a lot of the behind the scenes logistics for Global Hack Week. So he's doing things like finding challenges for you all to work on. He's scheduling the streams, really making sure that these events run. So huge thank you to the both of them. Please go give them a shout out in Discord if you would like, or just say hello to them the next time you see them around. I also want to give a big thank you again to our partners, CK Editor, Auth0, and GitHub. They all had awesome offers for y'all this week, as well as workshops. You can still take advantage of those offers. They're in your inbox right now. Make sure you go and do that. Really great stuff from them. And don't forget to check out their workshops if you didn't have a chance to do that live throughout the week. And with that is everything Cecilia and I have for today. Any final beginners week thoughts to share with the stream?
Wonder if there's anything we missed. I'll scroll quickly up.
Oh, good call.
Yeah. We do have a very early on question about when do points get updated?
Yeah, great question. So points get updated Typically around 8 a.m. EST, which I believe is 6:30 p.m. IST, is the typical time that they are updated. It varies a little bit day to day, but that's typically the time. If you had any questions about yours, feel free to open a Discord ticket. Happy to help out, and also directly reply to the email. If anyone here was experiencing just not getting points in their email, it typically means you aren't registered for the event, because we don't know to send you updates if you are not signed up for the event. So check that first. But yeah, open a Discord ticket or shoot me an email if you're having any trouble with it.
Awesome. That also answered another question that was above about the total score. But to wrap us up, we have that it was a great week with amazing sessions and that people are looking forward to upcoming Global Hack Weeks. So
I love to hear it. I am as well. It's gonna be a good year.
Once again, this is our year.
Alrighty. Well, thank you so much for joining me on stream, Cecilia. This was fun. I've done a couple of the closing ceremonies by myself recently, and it is just so much more fun having somebody else.
Yeah. That usually happens when I have some openings where I'm like, it's just me and chat. It'll be fine.
It's so fun just be in chat, but it's definitely a treat to get to hang out with you on here.
Wonderful. Well,
alrighty, everyone. Well, we will let you all go. Thank you so much for joining us, and we will see you next month. Bye, everybody. Happy hacking.